What time is it, boys and girls? It's time for the Children's Corner with Mr. Elephant, Pinkie Pie, Mrs. Elephant, Stash, Elcha, and Uncle Joe Patsa Vacuum. And Pinkie Pie's little friend she's going to introduce today is Darlene, her little snail friend. And here's Darlene. Darlene come to visit with everybody on the Children's Corner. So we're going to put Darlene over here for now because we did another hunt today. So take your mom and dad out and say, let's go for a walk and let's hunt for a little baby tree. And we're going to start doing the Children's Corner every fourth Wednesday of the month, Lord willing. So this is Grandpa Tom saying, Mr. Weather Tree has the weather for you tonight. Today is July 24th of 2024. It's Wednesday. It's 71 degrees Fahrenheit or 22 degrees Celsius at 8:30 p.m. Thank you, Mr. Weather Tree. So, we're going to do a couple of updates. So this is what my granddaughter, she planted it and the top died off, but look, it came back. This is a dawn redwood, and then you just let your kids, Mom and Dad, put their little trinkets in there, kids. Just put your little trinkets in there. Mom and Dad will help you plant everything, and then let them give you a little label or something to write the name of the plant on there. Now remember, we found the maple tree, the last Children's Corner. Well, it's starting to grow. Look, and the deer is still eating the grass or the moss, so it's still alive and growing. And then I have another maple tree that I found. Right here, kids, look at that. Another maple tree in a little pot. Any little pot you can find. If you don't have a pot, don't feel bad. Just get a small flower pot. And this is a catalpa, a baby catalpa tree. And if you have a seed, you can always get a little pot and put a little mini tomato tree in there. And there's a little ducky. So it might not be a true bonsai, but at least you'll get a nice little kick out of the little tomatoes you can grow on there. And that's a tiny Tim tomato. Now, dads or moms, how do you drill a hole in this little pot? Now, this pot was only $1 in Chinatown. And I took the hole, I drilled it with a diamond drill bit, but I put styrofoam in the bottom. Why do you do that? Because you can see that once the drill goes through, it'll hit the styrofoam, and you won't have a tendency to go down and hit the edge with the drill. So that's a tip for Mom and Dad. So kids, we got a little screen in there that I cut out. You can use anything. And this is an elm that I found growing. Now it's got a super long taproot. When I pulled it out, I let it soak for a good hour. And kids, you can see the little roots coming out of it. And it's a nice little tree. Look at the tiny little leaves on it. It's just a little seedling. So what we're going to do, that's a little thick. So we're going to have to make one of these a liter. So kids, you can help with your dad or your mom. And I'm just going to cut that dead piece off. And this one here is going straight up. So I think we're just going to cut this one off right here. And there you go. Now this is a long taproot. Now it's not going to fit into that pot real good. So what we're going to do is cut that taproot off. Let's see how it fits in here. Oh, I think it'll fit in there real nice. Let me see. Let's bring it down so you can see what we're doing, kids. So let's take this water out of the way. And this is how we're going to put it right into the pot. Just like that. You don't have to worry about the front or the back because this is a round pot. So don't worry. Now I made a mix for these little pots. 1 part peat, 1 part worm casting, and 2 parts torpedo sands. But kids, have your dad or mom and dad go out to the store, and they can always get a fast draining cactus mix. It'll work just as good. So what I'm going to do, you can see how the mix looks. We're just going to add a little bit to the bottom and take our spoon and put it down. And we're going to take our little tree and we just let the roots fan out. When you turn it, the roots will fan out. Let's get this over here so you can see what I'm doing, kids. So make sure Mom and Dad help you out. They can hold the tree for you while you put the soil in. So Mom and Dad, let the kids put the soil in. And there we go. And just push it in lightly. You can always find a decoration, kids. You got little toys? Use one of your toys to decorate it with. Now, when you get this tree potted, what you're going to do, kids, is have Mom and Dad put it in a sheltered location for you. And don't forget, it's going to have water every day. And if the soil's super dry, what did Grandpa Tom do with a spray bottle? Here it is. Just give it a little nice mist. Real slow, kids, just like that. And you can put anything you want into this little tray. Let's see if Grandpa got something over here for you. Let's see what we got, kids. Let's get Grandpa's stuff out of the way. Yes, I still got a deer left. There you go. If Grandpa can get this open. There we go. Got a nice little deer. And you can put it in there. But first, before we put the deer in, you can say, where did you get that deer? Well, you get it at a hobby shop. Where they got HO items in there. Kids, always get a paper towel for yourself. Because if I show you how to wipe your hands in the pants, I don't think Mom will be very happy with me. Right, Mr. Elephant? Yep, you're right, Mr. Elephant. Mr. Elephant agrees with me 100%. So later on, once this tree recovers, you can get some moss and put it in there. And just find what's growing. So you just give it a nice squirt like that, kids, just like that. A nice little squirt. Now you're gonna say, Grandpa Tom, what's the matter with this Dawn Redwood? Which is the front and what's gonna be the leader? Well, that's gonna be determined by the tree itself. I'm not gonna tell it what to do. And why do we do the hunt? Because we save little trees. Go out there and save a little baby tree. And we'll get our little deer in there. And you just wipe the pot. Let's give it a little bit more watering. And then what else you can do, because you don't want this pot to dry out real fast or to be blown away or knocked over, you can always get a little dish like I got right here. A little dish, an old dish. You can get that at the Dollar Tree or wherever you're at. Put that there. Let me cover up our well, don't be like Grandpa here losing the cover of the no, it ain't there. Well, we'll find it later, kids. Ah, here it is, right here, right in front of my eyes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of torpedo sand in there. Just like that. And you can get any kind of sand you want. Just have Mom and Dad get it for you. And what you're going to do is put your little tree into this mix, and that'll keep the tree stable. help it to drain, because I put a couple of notches underneath, and just put it in like that. And you can always decorate it with moss or something and have a nice little green grass growing around, or whatever you kids want to do. So get mom and dad and ask them, hey, maybe we can go for a hunt, you know, when they're off of work. Oh yeah, Mr. Frog says hello to everybody too. I forgot about Mr. Frog. Don't worry, Mr. Frog, we didn't forget you. Mr. Frog and myself. Well, that's not Mr. Frog. He says, no, my name is Farmer Frog. Okay, Farmer Frog. I'm sorry about that, Farmer Frog, but he wants to say hello to all the little kitties out there because he helps Grandpa here do a lot of weeding outside in the yard. So here you go. Let me just give the sand a little spray, kids, so you can see what's going on. What's that, Mr. Elephant? Oh, yes, yes, yes. And remember, Mr. Elephant says, always be kind to your parents because, you know, they work all day. They have hard things to do. So when you see them a little upset or tired, be nice to them. Be patient and just bring them their slippers or something nice and cool to drink if it's hot. If it's cold, a nice little, have them come to the kitchen table and then sit down and relax with you and have something warm like a hot chocolate or something. But this is what you can do. Now we're going to see if this little guy is going to live because I had a tough time pulling it out. It's a good thing it rained. So if it's raining, good. So if you find a little tree, get yourself a nice spoon or a nice little shovel and just a small one. But if it's on somebody's property, ask them, hey, can I dig this out? And I bet you they'll let you have it. So, from Mrs. Elephant, Stash, Little Helcha, Uncle Joe Pots of Vacuum, Farmer Frog, Mr. Elephant, Pinkie Pie, and her little friend Snail, or Darlene the Snail, I bid you everybody a nice good night and take care. And don't forget, kids, every fourth Wednesday of the month, what time is it? It's time for the Children's Corner. So you take care, everybody. Have a good day. And kids, be kind to your parents because one day you're going to grow up and you're going to be a parent too. That's the old song from Here's Geraldine. So I don't know. I'm showing my age. Take care, everybody.